Oh, it started. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Archaes, and welcome to a series of videos I'm probably going to call Archaes Watches. That entire intro just got completely screwed up. But anyway, the idea of this video series is I'm gonna watch some stuff and I'm gonna comment over it. A bit like playing games, except there's already there's no gameplay. I guess. I don't know. I might do more of these. I'm not sure. It was originally supposed to start with the Switch presentation that I watched, where I actually recorded my own reactions to it. Didn't want to call it reactions because that's apparently got a copyright thing on it or something. I don't know. So this is Archaes Watches. Did I call it Archaes Watches or D-Show Watches? Doesn't matter. It's gonna probably be called Archaes Watches. So I'm gonna watch this video that I've picked out. You already know what the title of it, or something close to the title of it at least. And I'm gonna be putting in who I'm actually watching here. So you should know everything already. This is Why Super Mario Odyssey Looks So Good It Hurts, and it's a video by Arlo. I like Arlo. I started watching him a little while ago. Well, I say a little while ago. It's like almost half a year. Maybe a year? When did I start watching Arlo stuff? It doesn't matter. Let's just watch. Let's watch some more of Arlo stuff.
So now that we've sufficiently mulled over the
That's Arlo. He's a puppet, by the way.
Strengths and weaknesses
He's a
of
blue
the system,
puppet. No, he's a Muppet. No,
etc. I'd like to talk a
he's
little more
Arlo.
about something I was.
That's about all I can
say
say about it.
That is,
hello, Arlo.
of course, or as it's more commonly known, Super Mario Odyssey. No, guys.
Station Square!
Seriously,
I
guys,
see Station Square!
Super Mario Odyssey.
I'm sorry, when I reacted to
this game that I had
the first thing I saw about this was Mario and Station Square. That's the first thing I thought. I thought it was a Mario and Sonic crossover.
Exclusive game.
Yes, I am talking over it, and I will do that
let's talk about why it's
throughout the video.
You
want to watch the original video? It'll be in the description.
I think I've been since Mario first leapt into 3D in 1996. First off, there's the obvious surprise.
By the way, he's so amazed by the
Video,
Switch.
Nintendo,
He's
the Kings
so
of Left Field,
hyped about it.
Click on the card in the corner if you haven't seen it.
And it does
the
look like a
company has
good
got this
system.
Way of never doing what I expect.
But we'll see, because the Wii did look like a good system.
Sorry,
the Wii U did look like a good system, and that didn't turn out well. And the Wii didn't kind of look like a good system, but that did turn out well. So
thing is, I believe that both of those games are decently flawed, and that from a more objective game design standpoint, linear games that focus on pure platforming offer
okay,
a
so
more
he's
pure
talking
Mario
about the old
experience.
games now.
But 64 and Sunshine aren't
We
my
know
favorites
that much.
because I think they're
Yes,
best,
why don't I
but
just
simply
tell you
because
what's
they
happening
give
on the
me
screen
more of
already?
What I value in a game. I'm less into that pure platforming and more into freedom, variety, and discovery. Once again, I've got a video about Sunshine.
I like
that covers
Discovery
a lot of
too.
this, so click the card in the corner if you want to.
Yeah,
check
I'm
it
not
out.
going to click the card in the corner.
Point is, most people adore.
You have to
3D
go watch
World
the video
and
if you want the
Galaxy
card in
games,
the
and I
corner.
can't blame them one
I'm not going to
bit.
put one in.
That's why I was certain, beyond a shadow of a doubt,
I
that
don't think
Nintendo
that.
was just done with non-linear Mario. The linear games
Nah,
sell well.
I
The
never
vast
thought he
majority
was-
of Mario fans love them, and they're probably
Were they
easier
all
to make.
linear?
It's the difference between
Well, they
several
probably
teams
were.
of designers, each taking concepts
really
and
thought
hashing
about
out
it.
a bunch of levels and putting them all together in the end, and a large group having to work together to plan out and endlessly refine a larger, more cohesive world. So when I saw that trailer for Odyssey, I couldn't properly process what I was seeing. And when
I didn't even
Yoshiaki
know what it
Koizumi
was. At
directly
first I thought it was a
referenced 64
Pokemon
and
game.
Sunshine, and even referred to the
And
game
then
as a
as soon as it
sandbox
popped up, I was like,
experience.
oh my god, it's
I thought I
Mario.
was dreaming. I thought for
And
one
I was
brief
like,
moment,
wait,
the
is that
universe
Station
shifted
Square? Is
and
Mario
threw
at
an
Station
impossible
Square? Is this a
dimensional
Sonic and
string
Mario
into reality
crossover?
just to
And
make
it wasn't,
me
and I was
happy.
upset about
So
that
the
because I
initial
wanted
reveal was fun, but even
I
more
want a
exciting info
platforming
came
Mario and
after
Sonic
the Switch
crossover.
presentation.
Come
First,
on.
Nintendo gave us this image,
long time
and this
coming.
was awesome. It's like, over the years, Nintendo's just like, here's a game, here's another game, there's a bunch of games.
Yep,
and then
lots
we
of
spend
games.
so much of our time analyzing those games and fitting them into stylistic categories.
I never
So I think
really.
this makes
I
much
just
sense.
decided to
It
play
really
them.
excites me to see
Actually, I don't think
Nintendo
I played
themselves
most of
grouping
the
their own
Mario
games in such
games.
a way. But for the first time,
No, it's
at
kind of
least to my
surprising
knowledge,
because
they're
I
acknowledging
really
that,
like
yeah,
Mario
there were
as
the
well at the
exploring
same time.
Marios and the
And I
linear
haven't played
Marios.
most of his games.
Does that make sense? There's just
I don't know,
something
I wasn't listening.
satisfying about this. It means they think about this stuff like we do, and they haven't just forgotten or ignored where their series used to be. It means they're not just like, that old stuff, that's not Mario anymore.
A lot of people are
never
like,
happened. Even better,
both
though,
ways
is
with
this
that.
Treehouse video Nintendo put on their YouTube channel.
They
I'll
do
put
a lot
link
of
to it
those
down in the
lately.
description. You should really check it out. In it, Miyamoto gives a lot of
It's not
great
in my
insight
description.
into Odyssey's concept and development. The main point was that in recent years,
Well, maybe I'll
they've
go
been
watch
trying to
that
make
then.
Mario
I never
more
even thought to
accessible
watch that.
everyone. And in fact, he mentions
I
how
always
they've gone
just
back and forth between
assumed
the
the
core
Treehouse stuff
experiences
was...
and the more accessible ones. Once more, this excites me because it's putting words to what we've all observed for years.
You know, I
straight
haven't
from the
played that
horse's
game.
mouth. It means that
Mario
not only
Sunshine.
is Odyssey heavier on
played it.
exploration and all that, but it's going to be more
played
challenging
that one,
as
though.
well. This says so
64
much
was
about
great.
Nintendo's current mindset heading into a new
Although I
hardware
never
generation,
completed it.
and that just makes me one
finished
gosh
it.
darn happy camper. I also had a video talking about the whole mindset thing and how Nintendo's changing for the better, but you can go find it yourself because I'm tired of putting in cards. I'm not your maid. There were other exciting
I don't put in
tidbits, too.
cards, so don't worry
Miyamoto
about it.
mentioned how
I'll just
despite
link
the
your
fact that
video in
people
the
are often
description.
too frightened to tell
You know
them
what?
their ideas,
I'll put a card
much
in
of
for
the
his
younger
video.
staff
There we
members
go.
brought ideas to Super
probably
Mario
won't.
Odyssey.
I'll forget
this is
about
something
this
I
by
wish
the
I'd
time we
known
decide
about
to
when
do
I
it.
made that mindset video because it speaks even more loads in addition to all the other loads that have been spoken about their current
Yeah, he's got a lot of
design
videos. You should
perspective.
check out
Nintendo's
Arlo's
kinda
channel. It's
infamous for
amazing.
their,
Watch
rigid
all of his
command
videos. Just
structure
keep
that
watching
ensures
them.
that the
Watch them
handful of
multiple
old guys
times.
call all the shots and come
Sport
up with all
Arlo
the
is great.
ideas, and the young people have to stay quiet and do what they say. So hearing Miyamoto say this makes me even more confident that Odyssey will bring a lot of fresh stuff to the table, and
Yes.
Mario needs to stay fresh to stay alive. That's why he uses old
Did you
stuff.
see him bounce on his hat?
One more cool thing he said in the Treehouse video
okay, that was
the
weird.
Wii's lack of a second analog stick made camera control harder, which largely influenced the change back to a more linear Mario with the Galaxy games.
Okay.
The Wii U has a second stick, so 3D World could have had camera control, but based on the other stuff he said about accessibility, it sounds
Actually,
like
that
achieving a
was
smooth,
fairly unlinear by
single-screen,
what I
four-player
played.
experience was the priority
From what I
there.
played so
the
far.
fact that the Switch is
I mean,
well
it's been
suited for single
linear,
player and has
but
a second stick,
there
was
are
a big
bits in the
reason they
stage you
returned
can
to the
go
whole
off on,
open
do
world
whatever.
format, and I just thought that was really interesting. But speaking of freshness
Ah, it's
and
the
new ideas
Wiimotes.
again, let's talk about another big aspect
Their version of
Super
the
Mario
Wiimotes.
Odyssey that
That's
I
what
am
they are.
beyond psyched about. It looks weird. It looks really weird, and believe me, I
What,
mean that in
the
a
Switch?
very, very good way. I mean, look at this. What's the first thing we see in the trailer? Mario is in a realistic city. With humans.
It does look, yeah.
Normal
But again, it
looking
looks like
humans.
Station Square.
This is the kind of Nintendo
Am I the only
curveball
person who
makes
sees
me
that it
fall in
looks
love
like
with them
Station
all over
Square?
again. It's an idea that
This
I
bit,
would have never come up
especially.
with, and if you told me about it without showing me the trailer, I would have thought it was pretty dumb.
Sonic
But in
and
the
Mario
context of the
crossover,
rest of the
platformer.
trailer,
Do it,
it's
do
just-
it.
It's bizarrely genius. It's so
Put together.
weird, and
Jeez.
I love it. And even beyond the city thing, the game just looks like the most strange and creative Mario ever.
Yeah, it looks
You know
interesting
feeling
like
when you
that.
went from Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and Super Paper Mario with all their weird characters and creatures and races and locales
Yeah,
to
I've
Sticker
been
Star with all
interested in
its
them. I haven't actually
none of
played
that.
them. Well, I played.
This is like that feeling in
I haven't played that.
reverse. 3D
I
World
don't
was fun, but it
even
didn't
wanna
have
try
a ton
that.
going for it in the visual, creative
No
design
offense to anyone
sense.
who
Much
likes
like
it,
Sticker
but
Star, it was a little
doesn't look
vanilla.
like my
It
sort of
largely
thing.
focused on old baddies and
Hey, we're still
themes. Of course,
playing
there were
this.
A few nice exceptions, unlike Sticker Star.
I'm
But
doing the
Super
best.
Mario Odyssey is just like, what is that? What was all that? Where is he? Mario's walking through gigantic
He's in
trees
Sonic's
and
world.
riding a sphinx lion
That was the
through a
Mystic
desert
Ruins,
with a
and this
giant
is the
upside-down pyramid
desert
in the air,
area in one of the
carrying
other
stuff
games.
around a weird
I don't
polygonal
know,
soup
I'm making
world,
stuff
and,
up now.
Even the controls and animations
It's
just feel
Station Square
very
again.
different and strange feel. In
I'm
nearly
not gonna
every
stop
frame
harping
of the
out on
trailer,
that.
we see stuff Mario's never encountered before. Enemies and environments and even pickups.
We see a
What
lot
are
of stuff
these
he's seen
things?
before.
I don't know, but I know I want to grab
They're probably
all of
their
them.
replacement
Then
for
who are those
coins.
bunny guys? Why are they bunny guys and not, say, Koopalings?
Because people are tired of the
This is that
Koopalings,
variety
and
I
they are
was talking
basically the
about, and it's
Koopalings.
an enormous draw for me.
Just
Knowing
as
a Mario
bunnies.
game will be fun is often enough for me to want
That's
to
what it
play
looks
it,
like.
but this kind of creativity makes me
He bounced off
ravenous.
that.
I can not
I never made
wait
any of
to
these comments
explore and
during the
discover
Switch
all the
thing. Well, I
weird
made
stuff
some of
the
them.
designers came up with. I can't throw money at Nintendo fast enough. It's like waiting
like
to get
the
a present
swing
that you know will have
mechanic,
1,000 more presents inside. Then tied in
Does
with
it
the
say
creativity
Diddy is
thing is
masked?
atmosphere and scope.
Dixie! That's his Dixie
Oh,
Street!
What's that?
Is that a
Those
Donkey
are two
Kong
things that
reference? I
Arlos
never
think
noticed
are
that before.
Really, really important and can vastly improve their experiences with a game. Well, isn't that
I love how his
cool?
hands are like.
Really, though, this game doesn't just look fun. It looks epic. That forest is all eerie and mystical. That desert looks bizarre. All the rainy rooftop stuff is like a Mario action movie.
The forest
And
looks like the
shot with
Mystic
giant
Ruins
robot monster
forest
where
area
Mario
of it.
falls away from the top of the tower in the pouring rain.
I'm not sure what this part looks
seriously
like.
get
That looks
chills
like,
every time I watch that.
what's it,
This is
Speed
not
City,
the
something
Mario
like that?
I'm
I
used
can't remember
to.
what it's called.
This is a Mario
On the
I could have
rooftops.
only
Rooftop run?
dreamed
I
of.
don't know.
And while I'm not going to get my hopes up in the story department, this is Mario, not Metal Gear
I'm
Solid.
just
and
trying to
I doubt that
compare
will change
Mario to
anytime
Sonic now.
soon. We can see
Just
that
want
at
them
the
to have
very
the
least
same
Bowser's
game
got
together.
some plan involving
And
his
not
fancy suit
be
and
like
hat,
a
and the
sports
whole
kind
thing
of
with Mario
thing.
losing his hat and finding another one with eyes or something.
party,
I don't know. And as I
whatever.
said in my Sunshine video, it doesn't
Platformer.
take much for me to be satisfied with the Mario story. It just has to be something more than Bowser took Peach.
Mario
go
seems
after
to
it.
be more
Even
about
if
the
Odyssey ends up
gameplay,
being
yeah.
relatively simple in this regard, it already looks like it might at least have that something extra I'm looking for.
He's
I will
got a
say that I'm
hat that he
hoping
can
for some
throw. I
dialogue,
noticed
though
that's the
my bet
same
is that it'll
sort
all
of
be
thing they
purely
did
visual,
with
like a 3D world, but hey, we'll
with
have to wait
3D
and
World.
see.
That was it.
Fingers crossed, because even a few
Super Mario
dialogue
3D World,
exchanges make it feel more like an epic
Bowser
story
could become a
and less
cat.
like an old-timey Mickey
Mario
Mouse
can
cartoon.
become a cat.
After
That
how
was the main
cool and
theme.
awesome
Mario
and
can throw his
amazing this
hat.
game looks,
Bowser can throw
probably
his
the
hat.
only
They're
other
doing
thing
the
to
same
mention
thing
is
again.
Mario's
They are
new
bringing
hat
stuff
ability.
back.
So far, all we can tell is that Mario chucks his hat in front of him and it
I mean,
hovers
it
there for a
was-
second. If he's at ground level,
He
and
can
runs
use it as a
into
platform,
it bounces him
can't
up
he?
into the air. Similarly, if he jumps on top of it, he can bounce
Oh,
forward.
he
effectively
doesn't just
lengthening
have
his
to
jumping
jump on
distance.
top. I
At
did
this
not
mere glance,
notice
I
that.
can't honestly say I know how this will change
Thanks
how
for pointing
Mario
that out.
interacts with the world. Bouncing from the ground is merely a replacement.
And yes, you're not going to
for
get the
jumping,
gravity
which
of
is
this video
certainly
from just
easier,
watching
And
this.
lengthening his jump doesn't do much more than justify.
Why are you still
bigger
here? Why
gaps
aren't you
between
watching the
platforms.
original video of this?
I guess I'm just saying that I'm curious to see
not
how
that-
else it
I'm
will
not that
function as a
interested in you.
mechanic, because
Nobody's
I'm having a hard
surprised at
time
this
thinking
point.
of possibilities on my own. It could end up altering how the game is played, as Flood did in Sunshine, or it could just be a nice platforming convenience. to help
Hey,
change
the
things up.
eyes!
The folks at Nintendo are great at
remember the
taking
eyes.
a mechanic and squeezing every bit of potential out of it, though. So whatever they've got planned, I'm sure it's going to make me go, "Oh, that's clever!" Like
okay.
every 4 seconds.
I don't really know
if
that
I have
much
one
about Zelda.
tiny worry about the game, it's that while
know that's
each
Link.
individual area looks like a big open sandbox,
Not that
I
dumb.
have some doubts that each one will be connected to the overworld a la 64 and Sunshine.
I still see Section
The
Square,
trailer
dude.
didn't make the realistic city seem like a hub world per se, even though
What was
it was
that?
the area most prominently
Something just
shown
popped up
off,
on the
it seemed to
screen
lack
when he said
baddies and
something.
obstacles, at least during the daytime, non-rainy parts. Mostly I'm worried about it, though, because of that airship kind of deal Mario was flying around in.
It's
It
possible.
makes it look
It's
like to get to a new area, you just gotta fly there, which I'll admit
Yeah,
could be
yeah, I
handled
think
in a
that's
few
what it
different
is.
ways. I'd be a bit bummed if to get to each place you just pick it from a list or even a world map and fly straight there. Better would
You
be
might have
discovering
to,
coordinates or whatever
because
for new
it
areas in
looks
different parts
like
of the city
these
or
are
wherever the hub
huge
world ends up
areas.
being, if there is indeed one. But what I want the most, though, is true
Some of that looked like it
64
was in
and
the
Sunshine
sky.
style, where you never really know when or where you're gonna find a new level. Flying around to some places is fine, but I also want to discover them.
They
while
also
poking
kind of
around
need to keep
behind
it
buildings
simple
and
for the
in
new
sewer and
audience.
whatnot.
Remember that they're
Exploring
moving it to a new
individual areas has always
platform.
been fun, but
So it's not going to
64 in
simply
particular made
be...
finding the levels themselves a part of that whole exploration
Yeah,
thing.
but
Everywhere
that
you go,
doesn't
Peach's
appeal
Castle,
to the
you stumble
newer
into
crowd.
Small 1 or 2 star
That's the
areas
thing.
and gigantic worlds alike. We really
They
don't
need
know
to
enough
know
about
what
the
they're
airship
doing right
yet,
off the
but
bat.
I'm
They
just
need to
keeping
get
my
to
fingers
areas
crossed
quick.
that it doesn't act as a vehicle
I
between
think that's
levels
why
that
Galaxy 2
simplifies
was
things
such a hit.
too much. One could
Because
argue
they
that
had
quick
a
and
world
easy
map.
traversal is strictly superior, and that making the player hoof it between places without some form of fast travel is nothing more than padding. But that's a whole game design theory can of worms that I just
Well,
think
I guess you could have both.
Basically,
You could pick it
I
from a
wanna walk
list,
into
or
Taco
you
Bell
could
and find a
travel
level.
to it. That'd
That's
be
all
a
I'm saying.
great two
And I could
thing.
probably babble on
Then
about
you
Super
can
Mario
pick
Odyssey
your,
for another hour,
favorite.
but I'll stop myself here.
No, you can keep going.
To put it into
I'll keep
perspective
talking about
just
it.
how excited I am to play it, here's a list for you. Pikmin 3, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey. This game is near
Which
the
order are
tippy
they
most
in?
top of the list of my most anticipated Nintendo games of the last, 6 years. There are plenty of games I'm eager
it's
to
made
play
it to
at
the
any
top of
given
the
time,
list.
but the
Okay,
older
so
I get, the less often
it's in that
companies
order,
reveal
with the
games, and I'm
Mario
just
on top.
like, I need that. But Odyssey is one of those games, and I didn't even feel that way about Galaxy, and that game always looked amazing.
Yeah,
I meant
Galaxy
it when I
did,
said that
yeah.
I haven't felt this way about a Mario game since I was a kid. For a long
I don't
time
know.
now,
I
Mario
don't.
and I have had a good.
I'm not. I
solid
don't seem to be as
relationship.
invested as
His
other
3D
people seem
outings
to
are a
be.
jolly good source of
in
fun,
these
even if I'm
today.
considerably
Maybe it's
less
just
into
by
his 2D
age
ones.
getting to me.
But now
I'm
I
starting
feel
to
like
get
I'm
old.
stepping back into my old status as a huge Mario fan. It's like one of my
Happened
best
to me in
friends from grade
games.
school has moved back into town, and he's just as cool as I
games.
remember him. I know at this point I'm hyping the game up so much that I can't
Yep.
possibly be satisfied with what I actually get,
Yep.
but I don't even care.
I think
haven't
that's
been
probably
this
part of
stoked
the
on a
reason
Mario
why
game
I
in
don't
ages,
get that
and it
hyped up about
feels
games.
Good. Well, I can't be the only one here. Are you as excited as I am? Are
I'm
you
fairly
perhaps
excited,
lamenting the
but
shift away from a
I'm-
linear Mario?
I'm not happy that
Still
they've
can't
moved
believe I am saying these
a lot
words.
of the main
In fact, if you'll
releases to
excuse
later
me,
on in the
I'm
year.
gonna go and just keep pinching myself until November just to make sure. Ow. Ow. Okay, maybe that's pinching.
I love those little jokes at the end. I remember he did this series called A Gamer's Brief where he'd talk about random things and then highlight them in a funny way. He's hilarious. You should watch all of Arlo's stuff. He's amazing. His link will be in the description below, and hopefully other stuff will be there. I'm probably going to need to blur out most of those thumbnails. I don't want you to watch stuff I watch. I'll leave the stuff in that has Arlo in. But you're not going to be able to click on him anyway. So I'm not going to leave the stuff in this guy. There we go. This will be a blank screen at this point. So yeah, it is interesting to see his reaction. He's a bit more hyped than I am, but I'm still a bit gutted that they saved a lot of the major brand games that are going to draw a lot of people in till later on in the year. Yeah. If they're not ready, release the Switch later. I mean, it's not going to harm you to release it a little bit later when you've got a ton of launch games to throw at people. you know. But I guess they're going for the idea that a new year is. They're in a season where not a lot of consoles get made, so people have, like. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm probably making half of this stuff up anyway, so that's the thing. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Let me know what you thought about this new series of videos. Like I said, it was supposed to start on the last episode, but I'm probably never going to get that one out. Because of 5-hour rendering time, and I don't have 5 hours to myself anymore to do that. Plus, I got all my other stuff to do as well, on top of that. Anyway, but for now, we're done here. See ya. I need to stop waiting so long before doing that last bit. Also, these are some really weird thumbnails. Just too bad you can't see them. Watch, I'll forget to edit them out now, and you'll see every single one. I don't even know what any of them are. Well, I know some of them. Maybe? YouTube throws random thumbnails at me. But anyway, I love ArloStuff. Arlo's great. I know I've already technically outroed the video, but Arlo's great. I love the whole puppet thing he's got going. It's a nice... But it's not... Is it unique? I don't know if it is unique, but to me, when I found it, I thought it was amazingly unique, and I just like the way he does. I kind of like his humor too, so it's interesting to me. He does a lot of interesting stuff, so I would recommend checking out his channel, because it's a great channel. And there's probably nobody here. They're probably all over it. If anybody was watching this video, they're probably already watching Arlo's instead, and they've disappeared from this 2 minutes into it and gone, nope, I'm going to go watch Arlo instead because he's more interesting than this guy talking over him. And I did talk over him a lot in the video. I'll probably go back and watch it again just to see what it is I talked over. But I didn't want this to just be me sitting here in silence while Arlo talked, because at that point you might as well just watch Arlo's video, or I might as well just repost Arlo's video, and I don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm done. See ya. I already did the outro. The outro's done. Why are you still here?